Ye fema ye wo London. Ya jia basobodie bebre. Ni ya redare ewo mranse mu. Eye legal services, BTC family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary, any family law. Wo BWFDA, yen solicitors edi enijie ene twitwaje wo na ye bo nso nya den kra. Yen partner penimpa Bernardo Wusu aye lawyer ewo UK memu bebru mfie duonu nkron 29 years. BWF solicitors kura won ho. Inti se ba na ebusuansem bi te se child care eya abofrahwe mu awaregya ye ho twema mentwe ene ohye ana injunction ye de to domestic violence so a ye ma legal assistance ya edimu na ye adwuma nso ye child care any family team no nim nia wo famu ewe ne ya wo brei mu enu nti ne yeto ye mbo ase ma wafutu a esefata ewo kokoa mu ye bie an office free juada ekosi fiada anopa no nkronpa mu ekosi enumre no nsia eye 9:30 am kosi 6 pm ena memene danso eye appointment nkoa free anopa no ndu ekosi ewia no 9 eye 10 am kosi 4 pm ye wo 4th floor ewo Anna House 214-218 Tottenham High Road London N15 4NP.
BWF Solicitors is a leading and an award-winning solicitor situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters, family breakdown, and financial orders. We focus on all aspects of immigration law. Our areas of expertise extends to visas for individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold Law Society Quality Mark in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our clients through the provision of sensitive, effective, and affordable legal advice. We are also Ghanaian law specialists and have advised many local authorities and other solicitors on aspects of Ghanaian law. We have also advised businesses looking to relocate to Ghana. Our senior partner is dual qualified as a barrister at law in Ghana and solicitor to the Superior Court of England and Wales. Client satisfaction is our #1 priority. This shows in the number of positive reviews we have received from our clients. BWF Solicitors, your preferred community lawyers. BWF Solicitors is a leading and an award-winning solicitor situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters, family breakdown, and financial orders. We focus on all aspects of immigration law. Our areas of expertise extends to visas for individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold Law Society Quality Mark in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our clients through the provision of sensitive, effective, and affordable legal advice. We are also Ghanaian law specialists and have advised many local authorities and other solicitors on aspects of Ghanaian law. We have also advised businesses looking to relocate to Ghana. Our senior partner is dual qualified as a barrister at law in Ghana and solicitor to the Superior Court of England and Wales. Client satisfaction is our #1 priority. This shows in the number of positive reviews we have received from our clients. BWF Solicitors, your preferred community lawyers.
Yo, no for and anopai, mamma, a chin, a mau, a quaba. Embra ye juma, dear so na mammy, embre, tiawa. Na memfa jumadini nina embra. Anopai, menim say, ye bidi juma sononkon, aha, a Rumble Radio International. Sana de bia yeta no and na pa yin so obeti yen kanso sa life and colored. If you say dwumadie no emre mu ani BWF solicitors ena mediomo ebre wo life and colored. Sana be ya eniema ebeko nano na bibia nso atimi akọ kama pepe edi amaye ye frame prophet Stanley Osebri Osei sana de bia medi dwuman mu chiame na yedi ebre Rainbow Radio atiefo anopai mame Lawyer Eunice ena yedi no ebro from BWF solicitors asiye lawyer mu akukudam lawyer mu emrani mufuo yampese ohubeka adwamu na afi ena ye kwakọhwehwe lawyer na yahwe ne a yebeye ne nti bibia na yede advice ne education ne yede aprew se ne yebeye a wobeti nyoma bi ase na uchina bi watimi atu America akọtaa wo mesrew hye no nso 4th floor Anna House Tottenham Court Road eho ena yewo makachiro say Tesco Park ne de 90 minutes dano no me ena mabegigi ticket into Obama me hunu ena matimi ahia na dano member na bibia ye kama yanko oba hima Lawyer Eunice so na afi yampa dwumadie no en shisha so kra mame lawyer me pacho me mawachi ema wo akwa ba eba Rainbow Radio akasafidie so en nation nso dwumadie no ebe yeso nonko eha ye ba ye ma update ni ama ni enam kwanso ba na afi yasum ye dia ma na mame lawyer ase utrimi no wakete wani ba kumi pacho uhumi
Pacha ne who prophet fashion what to say
onyame ashira me ho odin se Yesu moja
yeda yami ase ne bosiafo ni na
ubia ho ye pa
yeda yami ase we who say why you crado inti mamendi kai enchia yetiefo ne nkofo a omohwe yen wo Facebook ne YouTube ne other social media websites nyame enshira mo pa semetumi ajoining yen and therefore edumedie sanya prophet ekaye usually your updates and I said we were ebetumi abwa yankofo na yede atudwa na at least obie ehu in terms of deadline I think so obie who say there is something going on by the 30th of June into this week. I've had calls upon calls. Hey, yes, BB EU settlement scheme or say by the 30th of June. Confirm what we have crown pool bisa. Into I think so obia your crowd says that deadline or it matters into what is it all about. And as we have been saying since March 2019, since Brexit, into Yen said the UK no every EU nim into since the 31st of January 2020 and UK no every EU union and I say EU no into most of the treaties and I say in brand what EU national and can UK in brand mubium into omwa say we EU ni and I say we EU busini na what say UK chrome ha na unim say if you are registration certificate and I say wabeje residence card and I say wabeje permanent residence now to chrome ha unfortunately no because EU mbrano embom ho ban biom ninsi say moye bibia your friend EU settlement scheme na metumi atna ekrom ha as nkofo a moye legal immigrants, let's put it that way. Since March of 2019, the government have been advertising on the rules and say there will be IFN EU settlement scheme. So we are EU ni, and also we are EU ni, and also we retain our rights because our EU ni panel money in term no attitude into my divorce, and I say signing panel our EU ni on to hebium and when I will share in Colano. And I says our EU ni crown pono we frame into what does to come her and our here or residents anaasɛ wokura derivative residence nti wo ba anaasɛ wo mba nom ɛyɛ EU foɔ anaasɛ mo yɛ British nti wo a woyɛ primary carer no wo na wohwɛ ɔmo nti saa nkurɔfoɔ wei nyinaa no ɔmo sɛ sɛ moyɛ EU settlement scheme no by the 30th of June 2021 sɛnya mombɛyɛ obi a yɛfrɛ no should I say illegal ɛwɔ kurom ha because EU mmara no ɛmbɔ mo ho ban biom nti wayɛ EU settlement scheme usually the government no ɛbɛma wo pre-settled status which is limited leave to remain anaasɛ ɔmo bɛma wo indefinite leave to remain which is settled status ɛno no saa no na at least ɔmo ehu sɛ wabɛ yɛ obi a mbra no UK mbra no anim wo as obi a ɔyɛ legal ɛwɔ kurom ha nti at least sɛ wonim anaasɛ wate sɛ ɛsɛ woyɛ deɛ ɛndɛ more than na at least by the 30th of June no watumi ayɛ saa applications. It also applies to nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo mba ɛwɔ kurom ha nti sɛ wɔ mba na baby afei na wawo ɛba no fresh kran hɔ na ɛsɛ woyɛ saa EU settlement scheme for saa nkɔlaa no anaasɛ ɛba na wawo no fresh. Yɛnim sɛ since last week no ɔmo de paper forms no aba so that nkurɔfoɔ a ebi a ɔmo nim computer mu anaasɛ for one reason or the other ɔmo ne obi a ɔmo bɛtumi aboa mo na ɔmo ayɛ saa online application anaasɛ saa phone applications no sɛ woyɛ EU ni anaasɛ woyɛ EU busuani na wontumi ɛnyɛ saa online application na Home Office for no edit saa forms no aba eti wokɔ website no so a EUSS form for nkurɔfoɔ to yes that online applications no for derivative rights residents no still now is the almost free star 0300 number and that's the EU resolution center for now almost to me bro more forms no because unfortunately online form no doesn't cover conform what derivative rights into still now a certain for no every now almost to me bro forms are to me after but we are EU and also we are EU business now at least we name pass over to me higher forms no because we no one fresh into new passports into birth certificate depend our and they with me affiliate forms no in time for the application in time for the deadline which is the 30th of June 2021 and of course the one when a fresher usually no UK government na like I said say nipa no a family member and I said joining family member there and they said nipa no as long as no on or after 1st April 2021 no nipa no has 3 months to make the application until let's say the no and it means that they have up until let's say July to make the application for EU settlement scheme. But so we want to before 1st April there and as soon as possible no na so to me application no before the 30th of June 2021. And see forms no is available say here in terms of filling the forms and all of that so a lawyer for so able to me up what fill the form no before the 30th of June 2021. And of course I think that most people are thinking say in terms of this deadline why never cover into for instance conformity chrome hanum every EU national and I say every family member and I say Nipakrona were retaining the rights because we are using a book and as we free her and as my divorce and as Obia for or derivative rights as a primary carer or independent now or under 18. Yeah, Kavasani Pano. The all family member join the be a free amanone or join Chrome House so on also Sano. So over rim by the 1st of April 2021. And I say after the 1st of April 2021. And also Sano has to do the EU settlement scheme into so the room, let's say, and over 3 months from and to be able to do the EU settlement scheme application. And I said, Sanning Fano, or before the 1st of April 2021, yeah, and the Sanning Fano, it's me application of before, and I said by the 30th of June 2021. And she said, oh, this near all 6 months family permits needed. Now, for one reason or the other, no, unto your application, no, regardless of the fact that my mom 6 months, and say, yeah, the 6 months, no, August, but will be real January. Of course, running panel so all your application no by the 30th of 2021. The only concession there is for after, let's say, 1st of April, and I say after the 1st of April. They are the ones who have within 3 months to be able to make the applications after 30th of June, because some over 3 months leeway into some will remove and they are then at least some over 3 months from and then to make the application. Into Prophet, this is just a few of the updates that we were in terms of the EU settlement scheme application. And 30th of June is just next week Wednesday, and that is the last Wednesday before next week Wednesday.
Now, my lawyer, Mati said, to say, oh, my extending, and extension, anyhow.
Okay, so almost say, when to me, I hear application up by the 30th of June, yeah. And there are more grounds, and I said there are reasonable excuses that over to me I'm making in terms of the reason now to me and yet there and your best no not your mouth fine say at least the application. And see you say young Crawford, young Shada NCSM. And see definitely Ubewo Obia, Waka said there be one to crash or yes EU settlement scheme. Yawa who they rule, but to say Yawaka last no. Everyone am wondering say omo juma omo befia no one better TV crampo ebi mu hwe ana say radio crampo ebi mu crampo nti work home until crampo say oh yes sir EU settlement scheme ade no nti no sano ye ka say unim pa say something that you didn't know about, and I think I will be who says, so yes, I use settlement scheme with ya. And as long as you have that reasonable excuse, if you walk say, and now say that EU settlement scheme with you. But they've also said, for instance, we are a colana if your parent I scheme now when to me I be a mauna or reasonable excuse in there. Umami and I say papa and so and then of course you won't conform more vulnerable people and I say for care homes and foster care. Sign for women now they have that reasonable excuse to be able to say obviously and I say it was something which was beyond their control in the nipa no motion as no ebia wentumi anya amano within the time frame and I say by the deadline eno no sano say that person will have a reasonable excuse to give in terms of the NC went to me meet is 30th of June deadline no. And then for instance more abusive relationships for one reason or the other documents no ebia nipa corner spouse and answer the partner on it no man and client say obey application because of documents one in chain into ABR the passports. The said to make a valid application, no, you should be able to provide a valid form of identity, which is usually a passport. Into so when you have provided passports now, usually you provide some form of ID for them to know who you are. And no, say if you are with those things are withheld from you. And I said, even computer with the application, and I would the reference form program. Only it makes it difficult for them to be able to then say that they are doing the application. So only vulnerable people, and see they will have that excuse to be able to give say unfortunately into me and your application by the 30th of June 2021. And you have people who, for instance, for one reason or the other, outside of the UK for one reason or the other, they haven't had campus say you will be for an EU settlement scheme. Of course, you should be able to show that what Chrome had before the 31st of December 2020. Even in your permanent residence, that and see for them, no, they think say okay, we took my name back, okay. At least if they have that reasonable excuse, say no money say somewhere that EU settlement scheme Libya, they will also be able to make the application by that time. And I said by the time or should I say after the 30th of June 2021. So it covers I think say the other grounds that, for instance, before not into me uncover. I think say artists say in comfort and say and I say they are not able to make their applications by the 30th of June. And so they have made provision for all of those areas as well, just because someone name said, we are capable of making mistakes. Into na so omoma ehon kwan say the message deadline na to me application, but you still have to be able to show reasonable excuse and I say you still have to be able to show say ABR now and I say ABR you didn't have access to documents and I say you're in an abusive relationship and I say you were a child who is in foster care or care home or whatever it is. You see, you still should be able to show that reasonable excuse say, oh yes, that application now. Yeah.
Anti se obi antumi amfa antum na owo kwanja se later obi tumi dia tuma implication ya wanhwe ya ebeba no ebi yesen yen like to.
Okay. And see, usually no, I know say in bebre dream who say in terms of that EU settlement scheme. So what was the big deal? Because my betina for such a long time. A permanent residence that was the big deal about this EU settlement scheme. So say was say what for ages and I said why for so many years. Now why a permanent residence so yes EU settlement scheme. First of all, no, in Brano, a bon home into that directive 2004-38, no, I say EU for no for no able to me a move freely from one member state to another, no, and cover move because EU no is a separate entity from Britain. Into British for no, EU no EU for no view. You see, say you can't say you come home beyond there and see you can say of course we are not part of the treaties and I say we are not part of the directives now about EU for home buying. And if you are living in the UK now when say permanent residence rights it is because of EU brand now was our permanent residence rights and UK bra. In say, of course, now some year be able to me about EU for home buying, and that included EU for any family members. In say, and no say when to me and yes, our EU settlement scheme now UK and Brana City now I buy obia or yet to say illegal person chrome her. And of course, obia name say or permanent residence card that UK government in the but unfortunately no, and yeah UK in Bra, and so it will not hold. And so as much as possible, no, not as to make sure say why is our EU settlement scheme now ever UK in Branaste now on mama that leave to remain and as on mama indefinite leave to remain no now yeah what's to chrome her legally I'll bet to me I juma I'll bet to me I be person we be and so what's to chrome her with most illegal immigrants and as overstayers there's a restriction into the Overture Immigration Act 2014. It brought about so many other restrictions in terms of into apart from not working, no, of course, almost say to me and rent to me MBA account, to me and crap driving license for say who drive a car. If I am away that will become a restriction to signing partner on person EU settlement scheme. No. So you are saying say unfortunately one person will be UK and black crime or so. Then you will be restricted in terms of a juma, you'll be restricted in terms of dying on person will rent and answer dying on person talk. You'll be restricted in terms of even your driving license. So on to me and say why is that EU settlement scheme? There are so many restrictions that will come with being somebody who's an illegal immigrant in the UK. And so I think say also because of course one person restrictions no ever count and access restrictions no ever then of course you should be able to apply. Then I so far no I think say because of the number of applications made so far no they are making sure say those people who have made the applications will try and get a response. At first, no, now when your response no within weeks, but to say there are yet to say because of applications need to do one I want to me and make decisions as quickly as they used to, but they are trying to make it as fast as they can into within a few weeks now the way no decision number. But most of the time, so when your appointments, we call biometrics now, biometrics now, normal birth certificate of application to show say all application. And it helps because at least then that helps your employer to know say because your application is still pending into to me that's why I'm a juma still. And that really helps with Ejuma. And also the fact that when you look at Nkofa area on my applications, no, first no now more say with by the 30th of June, no when your decision say mama pre-settled status and answer settled status now, then it means after that date no now I be illegal. But thank God that at least they have given people that reasonable excuse say only to me I application after that 30th of June 2021. It allows people to be able to make the applications after that date. And so one sanka pre-settled and after one sanka settled status at least your application is pending in place. At least we still wait to me I application. Someone refused to come now, you still have right of appeal, or you still can do administrative review if, for instance, a document was not provided. But they are very proactive. And so when to provide the documents, they will always email you, they will always call you to let you know, say, here say, and that's here say, and that's here say, we say. And so they are very proactive in terms of documents. It's not just your application up and now we review. So they are being very proactive in terms of requesting documents, saying at least also ubenya sa EU settlement scheme maybe. That is one good thing that I would say is helping a lot of our people. It's good that at least they are being flexible in terms of documents are only here for the EU settlement scheme application. Now, nkurɔfoɔ nsa esumi aka ɔmo pre-settled status and anaasɛ ɔmo settled status no ɛwɔ kurom. Yes, Prophet. So 1 year EU settlement scheme. First of all, over here, or yet the illegal immigrants out to kurom, and the restrictions that go with it include not working, not being able to rent, not being able to even open an account, not even being able to even drive, because why the illegal immigrants are with the Krumha. And say, of course, almost person almost be a hobby and say now we want as many people as possible to be able to apply na omunya sa pre-settled status and as omutuminya sa settled status na omubetumi there that's na the Krumha. Of course, the sign for way in nano. So we are EU now with the Krumha, then you should be able to show that now with the Krumha before 31st December 2020. And to Sadia, then it makes it very difficult for you to make the application. Because we application now, no movie, sir. Idea to make sure that now to Krumha before 31st December 2020. To mention I a bit difficult because after 1st January 2021, I must say, can I do the application? Yes, there be. I must say, they say, now to Krumha before 31st December. Then, of course, you can make the application, and you should be able to show. So now we have at least for a continuous period of 5 years and for a continuous period of less than 5 years. So over to me, I now would see Krumha UK and your Krumha would sit there and of course now with me yes application for the settlement scheme as soon as possible.
Well, me kuro mukasa yebeka me say me huyanka enso na aka akiri na obroni so ka ne say I know always come at last, and it is yempese obeye I know eno na BWF solicitors na yedi afa Rainbow Radio so na yedi yenkomo no abere o kama se na ebe ya obeda ho so na dawri ya bo abo igusobo enti hye no nso na wansumu agwaji ankase I know oba osofo mintimi nko haidan ne bi mawo mintimi nko padwuma ne bi mawo eno nti tu America nafa akasafidie kase yi so na frɛ 0208 133 4646 na wo kosan bia na wo dia tata oba hima Lawyer Eunice na watimi ababa winsemu edi ama se ne be ya nkomodie no ebekọ yiye pa benim se wo be update afen wodi ye the program of the day, the topic of the day. And yanto abanama no ye to abanama no anopa di ono na obetina presidential city no so ye yi Lawyer Richard edi asi nchen anopa Lawyer Richard obeye vice na obahima aye president na wa drive ye no di yakọ Kenya asase no so kama me picture will say embra or kasaya akwanja na obetumi afra 0208 133 4646 and I say 0208 133 1134 kai huni say Rainbow Radio International mami my ene mia echo
Actually, and that's a very perfect. And see, and then we will share a topic now. EUSS family permit, and I think say Nkofo sort of don't understand the difference sometimes between EUSS family permit and your EEA family permit.
Lawyer Eunice, me pacho jina ho kakra ma me. Ene ne enti a me de line no atomo ntem no because of EU we na eba abe ende no minim say amanfo bebiri e wonsem bisa wo ho. Enti me pacho kema me. Me pacho me ma wachi e ma wakwa aba. Me pacho oban ma wotime nkan yi. Me da wase. Anopai Lawyer Eunice ewo ahoma no so wa se me say. Lawyer Eunice Acheampong.
Hi. See, card did I say I now open your card. And say no who yet. And no who yet dear over to me to crime because why yes our pre-settled status and our settled status maybe. Into their home office for no air car guidance no say. So why yes our pre-settled status and I say why settled status maybe. Now card that so under your EEA regulations into residence card for 5 years and that's a permanent residence card then it means that still now over to me a EUSS card is still valid. Now can only EU settlement scheme and that's on some car pre-settled and that's on some car will settled status black. Now like I said in fact our old card enterprise just say why yes our pre-settled status and I say why yes our settled status maybe. But say on some car will pre-settled status not there. Then of course over to me that's what EUSS will residence card and in terms of what card now on some client almost send you email say on some come within 7 working days. So on some email on some card media and there's some reporting into local BRP website you can report say card still has not arrived. Now almost to introduce on some card it all depends on whether they did send an email say almost send the card It is almost can say almost send the card not still now some card after 7 working days and the patrol BRP website so now report some card into not at least only to me actually everyone didn't say on some card it's applications not check in terms of replacement card so I know says sometimes because a replacement card can see within a few days not and also but and also to make sure into give it about 3 months 3 to 6 months why
That was it. And Barcelona, a quantity of which me.
Oh, of course.
But can I catch you as a quantity of 2 hours? One commission kitchen come. Montumo Boissy. Nkruphobia se mo mo kan oso obi a ndwane ndwane be mu bi oso obi a ndwane but I obi a ndwane obi amfre me ba cho me ma wachi e mo wakwa ba
Good morning.
Mbacho mami me ma wachi na chi no good morning bi mu sa ho
Lawyer Acheampong.
Mbisa no otie
And permanent resident, but permanent resident, you know, I'm sure to the 30th of June, which is this one. But my EU settlement scheme, no matter apply for replacement for the permanent way, but up to now, almost 1 month, 2 weeks, then 2 months.
Okay, in terms of pre-settled application, and I say settled status applications, no. So why application, no? Now I usually I some certificate of application into say work year biometric appointment, which is work no. Dear usually within a few days, no send those certificates of application, say almost process or application, no. So once I will certificate of application there, then usually I say we train say I make to the other caller no. They are trying their very best. At least they don't the
application. The only man here because Victoria and the but Victoria can the sentiment or my process may need to room of it, but in see the room of it for.
It's still now almost braille certificate of application.
Yeah, because maybe may apply for the date and a woman is permanent resident, you know, but only the date to so. And they will take it to may apply for replacement.
Yeah, it's the EU settlement scheme. No, it's different from permanent residence card. Now we have application. No, it's at the beginning of the program. Na me say permanent residence card and answer residence card. No, under EU for Embra into cover obia or EU ni and answer EU busi ni a would say Chrome ha. So o person o da suti Chrome ha dia and there of course so yes pre-settled status and I say so yes settled status application now yeah friend or EU settlement scheme no. So 1 year no dear then after 30th June no to me and that's end na Chrome ha. So
but I'm talking about instead of permanent, to be a permanent to
it's a president card now.
No, you need family member, but permanent card because I have 2015. It's definitely 2020 but some of them are 2020, almost so it's a 30th of June. I want to apply for replacement. I mean, a date to
Okay. It's a from what you're saying, no. Oh, card on my trust of permanent residence and on my trust of 30th of June 2021.
Yeah.
And at the man now yeah, settle status application, no.
Last year, July.
And at the man now cover on Sano.
Last month, May.
And currently, no, you're saying from last year, April, now we are EU settlement scheme application, no. Still now on Sanka certificate of application. That's odd because usually whoever on Sano at April, they definitely on certificate of application. And say, we can send the email, no, say, email now you see, yes, email, no, them. But say you'll be email now you see there and there patro check is an email because almost the best send email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anti ko check email address would fill forms no na check hwe e bia kura na betom wona won ko hwehwe
Okay.
Yo, Namishra, bye bye. Hello, me pacho, me watching, Emma Wakwaba.
Hello.
Mammy, me watching, Emma Wakwaba.
I'm so prophet.
Yo, what are you?
Prophet, make sure I'm a lawyer, and I'm pacho. The person is a lawyer, question,
Farmer lawyer 8 you.
okay. Make pacho. We need you. I apply for EU passport now. Now, time no, the passport number. It's the end almost sending me letter from embassy government saying, obviously, I the settlement now. Now, say, me, ọmọ mi letter and to say, me fa eno and share ọmọ friend application form one.
Okay.
EU settlement one.
Okay.
And in the culture, me to say, the Mariana Van settlement in ya, the Nepal says and then to ya. Additional, Miss Niagina saw your name application because we need a settlement ya. Now, and no one to so, they possible and answer, and yet possible and answer after 30th of June. So, Miss Niagina application now, a bit for under the EU law now. Actual made us
I think so. Beside me question, some question we on WhatsApp. I was asking in terms of now on in the war, you know, or your EU need, yeah, of course, all your partners and I said almost HI. And if someone tell and you find see wouldn't walk a dear, of course, a colano say, oh, yeah, EU passport, I'm a colano, dear, a colano, able to me. Yes, that EU settlement scheme. Into either say over here online EU settlement scheme application, I'm a colano, and I say over here, sir, paper application. Now, me say, Omodiabano, into ABA, on some car passport number, open so here, the paper application, Emma Colano, yeah, over to me, a EUSS form for that application. And oh yeah, they always have to know say you are somebody who has been allowed to use that application form no. And in terms of mame no, so over to me age na kola no so dia and the application no so you know as obia or primary carer. We di kan ka say akola ne papa ye EU citizen. And usually if you look at our previous immigration regulation 2016 no you confirm exempt persons oh yes are derivative rights applications no and usually obia okra British citizenship and I say okra indefinite or settled status for obia EU citizen there say oh kasa wona primary carer one person who said primary carer for instance no nipa no or second primary carer na over to me ahwe akola no oda so wo krom ha na say we free krom ha say oda so wo krom ha over to me ahwe akola no dia what makes you the main primary carer over to me ahwe akola no and we are not saying say on free krom ha I don't know we free krom ha na say oda so te ha you should be able to show because especially when it comes to applications for Chen and as a Texera. So to me, Tresa Akolano is in education. Akolano, I think he's not in education. So it makes it difficult to prove that because Akolano is in education and I won't try Akolano. So Omoma Asitna Ewo Krumha. So Akolano or British citizenship, dear, then of course you can say because Akolano Ewo British citizenship into Ujna Akolano so again, 2.5 years. And when it comes to Obia, for instance, only say Akolano, Biane Papa, Watina Chrome have for over 5 years. Akolano Papa, was settled status, Chrome ha. Into Akolano, person we British a passport application, Emma Colano, then you should be able to show say Akolani Papa no. It became any permanent residence, and I say after why settled status into what settled status be. But more often than not, they want to know say Papa no ever permanent residence or it's not from her. Over to me, I provide this evidence, then of course say wait to me, I just say Papa no, now you're settled. Answer na work now wait to me, I direct British passport application no ama akolano saying I want so wait to me ejina akolano so enya with 2.5 years, but using the EU passport there a very difficult because unto me ensure crampo say akolano education and I say was started reception and I say was started school crampo wait to me ejina no so it's a very best as a application for British passport ama akolano saying I also wait to me ejina no so enya also there.
Me patrol me that na Papa no nenya 5 years
Okay, and they just say pass I mean say EU settlement scheme no ma kolano into onya sa 5 years na at least which me register kolano as British into so Papa nya sa 5 years now we register akolano as British because ne papa is settled from her. And no son later on now it's me 18 akolano so area ya wodia.
Thank you, patrol lawyer. EU passport. I mean, they need to be there some application.
Actually, because under the Chen and Sexera principles, no, as ultimate choice, we are primary care for Kala or education, and that's all school. I call nothing. I want to do. Want to mean just start to school, and now over to me actually.
But lawyer, sir, lawyer, so no, they are Colanico hospital, on the Colanico GP.
And yet, you run a different. And say, I don't know, me and Nassau. Yeah.
Mammy, Fan Cotton Okay, Marty, sir, baby, and say, baby, you Marty, you be Jawaha, Oba officer, A.D. and a lawyer, no etiquette como, Afa and Pumum, a higher door now. And that lawyer may work.
I try, so it's me.
I have what Makawasi Mamma. Lawyer said, Bra office, obey me no wedding como, Afa and Pumum, a higher door, no, when you mean shit out. Yo, at year for a Rainbow Radio International, and that semi and simple a tribune, and one medical country. My young culture way a clean and clear. Wait me and you win someone alpha 0208 133 4646 and that's 0208 133 1134. You're from it, Prophet Stanley or Sebre or say or Chiami Bacope. Ah, Miss IUD for no size. Maybe I told me watching. I'm more quaba.
Maybe also Prophet. If you are only lawyer on the fence.
Maybe I told me lawyer. Yeah, you so. And I'm paying.
We have a question. The first lawyer says, who could have pre-sexual status? If I was application will now work on another. Many of that pre-sexual status card.
EU, lawyer, me patrol be you away EU, Yana.
It's now even be say, okay, EU application and as a EU settlement scheme card. No, no,
say, one year.
Oh, there be some crap biometric card that ain't valid, yeah. Then you don't need to do settlement scheme card, no. So, then, for instance, Omo residence card for 5 years in 2018, 2023. Into why you pre-settled status. Omo the confirmation I've said when you're pre-settled, limited leave to remain, and answer when you're settled status, which is indefinite leave to remain. Yeah, and the almost say and from say only sa EU settlement scheme card no over to me use it as long as it's valid. Sometimes it be more pass 5 years no na yeah EU settlement scheme application no it's realm indefinite. And so because of the fact that realm indefinite no person card no so reflecting indefinite now on and I don't know so not yes that EU settlement scheme card no because only 5 years na e work no so entry indefinite na under the EU settlement scheme and say I don't know so na nkofo akoye sa EU settlement scheme card maybe just to reflect indefinite now almost back no.
Okay, and that's the point, Minister.
Janso yada ase onyame chirawo. Anapai adwuma no ayeshi pa Lawyer Eunice. Yanhwe yan omo ma yanko ye new topic ni so. Na me ba me make it time mama, me make it time. Me ba jo na watching emo akwa.
Hello.
Aja me ma watching emo akwa.
Yeah, good morning.
Na ba jo achi no e different ma good morning na ya mo nchire mase na me hu za na me pe asi achia. Wo wanye careful a mema akufu adu a stop wo ma o magana wa be di aburichi wura fi ukuro mu kasa ya ho ya papa
difference between biometric resident permit any
status.
No, I never told status. For instance, BRP, and EA family member.
It's all coming to no summer, man.
Yeah, because sometimes when I don't know, to be honest, no BRP 5 years, you know, and EU family member biometric resident permit for 5 years, which they will 2022. But sometimes, you know, now, for instance, I don't know, it's a different way, EEA family permit and biometric resident family member. It is different, you know, sometimes very confusing, which is which. Okay, and I'm listening to also 2022. But I mean, they may apply for EU settled status, you know, money settled status, which your friend is saying, because almost also say, oh, share a cover letter, no, almost after 1 year, no, let's now apply for British passport. But to be honest, my friend home office for I said because my overstayed before, no. So I didn't know cover me. This my 10 years, you know. I'm trying to apply for British passport. It's different, you know. Because according to the letter, I'm almost let's now apply after 1 year now. Let's now apply for British passport. But obviously my overstay, it means me apply this time I'm trying to 10 years. You know. And they told me, hey, you know, so your friend is saying, because they say, sister, it's so it's a bit out, you know, any settled status, you know. And they will 2022. They will 2022. So let's now apply for indefinite, and I say, and one, no, the only settled status, and I'm mom, and I don't cover up to the 10 years, you know. But then I'm saying,
okay. And see, I think that in terms of question, I think the first one is to do with what's the difference between EA residence card and a EUSS limited leave to remain, and I say EUSS indefinite leave to remain. And see now cassette say EA residence card and I say EA permanent residence card now. I don't know the under EA regulation 2016 and I say EA regulation 2006. I don't know Sano now EU run I don't know EU from to UK ha any on Webusa for Nina a home. But because of the fact that Britain every EU community Aban say UK for no, only EU for no, ever agreement. Into no more withdrawal agreement no. And due to the fact that under that withdrawal agreement, not say EU from her, any of family members buying into the EU settlements buy it. So the EU settlement scheme no is a way of protecting and answer a way of making sure that EU for no what to come her any on Busian for no. Beye nkofo a ebia any kata because say residence card residence card na onye sa EU settlement scheme yeah then it means that unfortunately no onye obi a wote krom legally because unfortunately by the 30th of June no say when to me anya almost say then you are not somebody who is let's say legal immigrant. And you don't want a situation like that. Into, of course, some to me, Emma, you for no to chrome her, any on my busian for no, and who say, Imbrano assassin, Imbrano, first, now was our residence card, no, and I said, was our permanent residence card, no, and no, and to me, Imbrana, even to me, Abu, no, ASI, settlement scheme, and I say, na immigration rules no I say until say okra biometric card which is EA residence card and I say EA permanent residence card na why pre-settled status application into pre-settled status which is indefinite limited leave to remain and I say indefinite leave to remain which is settled status and not yet at least what's to me I EU settlement scheme application. EU came for no I said and there to me who as Obia Utsina Kromha as somebody who is a legally abiding citizen into you are saying say what to me I share your immigration rules nothing and I say British laws nothing. And of course, if you are saying say you've now been able to do the pre-settled status, and I say oh mama settled status, then you have come under the EU settlement scheme. And also, you can still use the old card, but say we'll make sure say over apply for new card no ansana old card no ebewu. And say old card no ebewu 2022, let's say March. And there's a application no for the new card before March 2022. Now, to me now.
December 2022. It's a veterinary application around June.
Yeah, you can start it at any time. Say it depends on panel. So, for instance, Obi card which is going to, for instance, expire in 3 years' time. But because ABR only said when you're indefinitely leave to remain under the EU settlement scheme, but the card no 5 years residence card, or per se the card no indefinite leave to remain under the EU settlement scheme, he will just apply for replacement. And say no, you're not even applying for indefinite leave to remain, and I say you are not even applying for limited leave to remain. We are applying for a replacement of a card, no, because with the kind ISR settled status, no, you already have limited leave to remain, and I say you already have indefinite leave to remain. In the card no pay and a wall system, and so it's an application to replace or biometric card. Saying at least unim say indefinite no. You are just replacing the card to show say indefinite no and when you're under the EU settlement scheme into umbrella EU settlement scheme card maybe and I say you'll be when you're pre-settled status into 5 years no next year then it means you are making an application for settled status into 5 years next year and into indefinite leave to remain. And no, because say we can't no ever and I find a application for settled status no Omobe brown new card, so we application for indefinite now. Normal brown new card because someone himself who card no every. But it's different in your case because of the fact that why but who card they know say before your card is about to expire, no obey replacements no for the new card. And I think say you were mentioning when you would be able to do British citizenship, Anna.
Yes.
In the on what basis no? And now we have EU settlement scheme. Was it as a spouse or dependent or
As an EU spouse.
EU. Okay.
Me overstay and I mean the almost BRP no 2017. Yeah, 2017. Into status by when I be a man, into me apply man, and me from say okay, maybe soon situation. And I'm say okay, me apply, me qualifier. The only time you know, into me apply and I'm saying me use to honor me a friend thing. Me use to the number because we. Into me so number me apply and I'm the same thing as a special status. Because that time I don't know even if I qualify because I already had it for audit, I think 3 years or 2 years. Yes, that was 2 years. Yeah, but when you buy and reply me buy and I don't settled status, And the settled status, letter, cover letter na account, and I'm sure so after 1 year you can apply for a British passport. But now until me throw home office, and I'm no. So far as my overstay and time I'm card. I'm not entitled to apply after 1 year. I have to wait for 10 years. Since then, I'm a BRP. After 10 years, I'm going to apply for British passport.
Okay. So in terms of British naturalization, we'll share your Home Office guidance. I think I did this last week on our Saturday program. In Sina, we'll share your British Nationality Act now under Schedule 6. So, open so naturalize it as a British citizen now. So, to make sure say you are of full age until you are over the age of 18, and you have capacity nature say or you're mentally stable. And then under Schedule 1 of the British Nationality Act, so to make sure say you are somebody who is of good character. And see, so almost a good character. Usually, embrano enchre and I say a definition of that good character. But enchre obia onye obia oye obi of good character. And a bimu to say obia wabaye overstayer and answer obia oba kromha illegally. And no kahon as somebody who is not of good character. In the Abanisano, Home Secretary why be friendly guidance. And a guidance nemo say himself, Uba Kromha, Uba whatever you came to do. Maybe I would visit visa and ever what year overstayer. And see after some time, and now we're compliant with our immigration rules. And see after some time, who say we are on Kratani. So, race EU Nimpano usually EU Mbrano allows that if, for instance, Wabaye Nipakono Ayere Anase Nipakono Ekundia and they're all right, say over to me at Nakrumha. And usually because of the EU regulation 2016 and after 2006 na first about EU for home binding the Ube Ware that EU from the time I Ube Nukno from that time everyone say let's not her legally. Into so also for instance 2016 and I worry here and from the time now worry 10 years from that time and so over to me actually okay me worry me yere date we 10 years about from time now me worry into me person me application for naturalization and now all can say because of the fact say as someone who's an overstay and into 10 years from the time now that time no na me person me application into 10 years no up me pa trouble since that time no membu embrabia me person me application no for naturalization into me pa trouble bebre mamo emfa mame because it is a matter of privilege. Home secretary nepa and odema into so to check the 10 years up from the time over here obia comply and I say over to me yeah obia what's not from her legally there, then you can make the application for naturalization 10 years from that time.
Okay, Martin, that's the lawyer. But remember, last time we don't have many guys more proud about for your program. To me, sending message. Let me send me the office, but the person who you're going to say consultation fee. But I don't know if you can mention it on the air.
Consultation fee is £60.
Okay, fine, that's fine. Because we send message in my reply, me person member about
me bacho say oche and then no one book for consultation fee now. I bet 70 because me made a thing. Yeah, I mean, bye. Me bacho me na wa huma no so no ma pick you gina soma me 1 minute. Gina soma me. Me na wa huma no so ma pick you gina soma me. Gina ahwan soma me. Sister pin me for back why? Maswa yeshi me for back na me insira. Lawyer, mamemfa we emerald question via Obibisa. If you have applied for EEA family permit and they refuse you, but they ask you to apply to appeal their decision, in this case, they have given 28 days for you to appeal, but the EEA family permit is ending. My question is, should I appeal on the same route or what can I do?
Wait there, of course. So what appealing there, I meant to say when you're shooting yourself in the foot. Yes, we all know 30th of June is the deadline for EEA family permit applications. And on the interest, you should not exercise your right to appeal. So, application before the 30th of June. Now, all right, so over to me appeal because of the fact that I refuse. So, yes, exercise your right of appeal. Once you go through the appeal system, they will definitely have to find a way of granting that person permit. So even if it's not EEA family permits, to me are granting under the EUSS family permit, Senya at least to me a room. So it doesn't matter that the 30th of June deadline is only a few days away. The Oman right of appeal, even after 30th of June, no crown pona, he can still exercise that right to appeal. And usually it is it will be like really shooting yourself in the foot if you don't continue, because so what section 3C of the Nationality and Immigration and Asylum Act now, it is as if your application is continuing once you exercise your right to appeal. It doesn't end at appeal. It's to exercise your right of appeal so that it will seem as if your application is still pending. Now, at least, to me, entry case, so decision is allowed by the judge now. Then say, whatever the case is, the Home Office will have to find a way of granting that person permit, or do it to me, area krumha. And say, please exercise your right of appeal. It doesn't matter if the deadline is so close. They will find a way of granting family permits to enter.
Yo, that's it. Me bacho, me watching, I'm wakwaba, everybody my day so.
Me watching, so. My question is that EU Zambrano applications, and currently, it feels like it's really, really hard just the paper applications, you even call for them to send the application. It's like you can't even get them. Last time, it is more say for them to use the application form, not to use by. So I just wanted to find out if you've got the email address that we can use. Secondly, it seems like because of the case now, I go through a case by case, and there's a hold on current run applications. However, people who have already applied, as I say, almost any settled status, because also apply to say nobody can get through. And so I'm just asking how we will be able to get our settled status done while this other case is going on.
Yeah. Okay, and see, in terms of Zambrano applications, sometimes it's very difficult to get through the EU resolution center because either say will be immediately. Usually I time it and I'm afraid, but it's a sad there's also a separate line that lawyers can use to call them as well. And then in terms of requesting the forms online, I know that it's for the EUSS applications, and almost say you can use that email address to request for the form. But for what Zambrano and as what derivative rights, still now they have to go through the EU Resolution Center to request the form. They want to me uses that EUSS form now new. I don't know why, because to me, it's still pre-settled status and as a settled status. But like I said, ukra derivative rights and as a Zambrano no dia, then you have to use the forms that they were previously given out. And to say, if you can't get them early in the morning, now say, handle case, now you use the number not to call them to request for the form, so we can do that on your behalf.
Okay.
I know it is very frustrating. Yeah, sometimes my friend will Rihanna, and sometimes come for almost quite campus. Yeah, normal cattle. Yeah.
Me pacho omo katewa no wasan frɛ. Wasan frɛ. Etinti ya yenja cheswa. Sorry for your frustration. Ba omo ye den ya yensu ye beji ye die.
All right, thank you very much.
Bye. Me pacho uwa mafa onu jina so mami. Because ende obi abebo ye kwadu. Or say always you don't answer my question, sir. Your question is your answer. Ndi kawakuma tu yim. Refree mu sentence no na sambra bim na bedaya say you answer the question. Lawyer Eunice, for question we na yenko mediminu ebi agina homa no so. I say hello lawyer. I am married to an EU spouse. We have been married for 4 years and live in the UK for 3 years. If we get divorced, what are my chances of retaining my right of residence? And what it is what is the risk? But sister, the question you answer about nka oba officer nka bebo lawyer.
Okay, in terms of that question, of course, say on any panel our for over 4 years, and on Martina Kromha, which is the UK, for 3 years. Yeah, we share the previous EU regulation 2016 now. So we retain our rights. I said to make sure say at least for at least 3 years, and on Martina Kromha for at least 1 year. And in that case, before I move go our Crampo, I think there's the case of Begeza, where to me actually said at the time our no move says muguno into nipa corner or EU no to me actually said Nasa Nimpano was somebody who was still qualified into Obia Abia or that's so Juma, or she was self-employed or yes, a self-sufficient person, okra comprehensive sickness insurance. So over to me, I pass as an nipano or that's so juma now also no oh yeah juma dear. Then of course you can show say why retaining will right because you are still continuing to be a qualified person. And then if you look at our appendix EU as well, so say why retaining will right there as a ultimate sanyama way. And of course, if you are saying say montem atete mun to me enye hwe emfa aware no ho bio and there you should be able to show say send nanipa no oti krom ha mo aware for over 3 years no was that evidence to show say nipa no or ye Dutch ni anasa or ye Spanish ni anasa or ye German ni and nipa no so when it's now for that 3 years and I say 4 years now all can obetumi ache say almost now for that 4 year period. And since then, of course, if you're having what shall I say with the divorce, to me actually, but as much as possible, he should be able to show that he has the required documentation to make the application. And usually, if there is a copy of SAE nationals nationality and I say identity there, then of course he should be able to show the reason why I want to me and provide a valid one. And see, most of the time we upload the scanning out the command. I don't think there will be any issue with you scanning a copy of the passport with documentation to show Senamoti together for that 4 year period and our and see he can make the application still after the marriage has broken down. And so I'm hoping that why you're pre-settled and settled status this is the of money and tray our real grants and our star pre-settled status no.
And you were trained my good year. I'm call away another question, bro. Obi wo Ghana, opeso ba kruma, ameso mi okruma, sisi me pese me kɔtena Ghana. Nka nipa no be ya wo me ye nsuichi na bibia anye simple. Me ba cho me ma wache, ema wakwa aba. Me da ase no abotre, lawyer 80. Oso ajoso.
The question is if you have or apply for pre-settle, and one like apply for now resident card.
Okay, in since why your pre-settled status near there almost say and when he has a way card no. But most people meaning say sometimes yes settled status no more bremo indefinite leave to remain, for instance. Now our card nature 5 years now. I'm person 5 years because I'm name say when you're indefinite. And so person card no so indefinite now on Sakano. And say no more new card, even though old card name they will go and do a replacement of that old card not to show say Omosaka indefinite. Now will be said over to me I card no to show.
Yeah, you can apply for pre-settle. I've been over last week.
Okay.
Apply for pre-settle. Yeah, about every card you can apply for any card.
So why application for pre-settle not card no any dear almost new card yeah and breno. And so let's say card.
Well, the visa is began last week. They're paying all year to settle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I apply for card now. I say one train.
Almost the card number because only card nibi. And see, almost system no. The card there's no valid biometric card. It's almost brand card nibi. And see, there will be no need to make a separate application for card.
Oh, okay.
Yo, young so yada wase. Aye. Me ba cho me nua na mafa wo gina so mame. And then ade na osi ewu no tot. Ye pikiwa okasa na ya kan obi nsu question. Gina so. Lawyer Eunice, osi I am currently working in Ghana, but my salary is not sufficient, which I want to travel to UK for green pasture. How can I get visa to UK?
You see, where you're free, let's say I'm on it, and now person by UK. UK, there are so many different routes that over to me apply at their back. For instance, Oba visitor almost say as ultimate say we a genuine visitor and to Oba Chrome ha over sign with she go back to Chroma free. So also officer Oba for green pastures, yeah. Then we're looking at our new points-based system. Into say Nimpakono, ewe to me actually say, ebia ne school no okoye one shut down corner papa into a percent oba UK now by ebia undergraduate course be who schools be and I say universities be a the nije home and course now person studying also. When we say omo ya ade wo mpa nti opese oya application as a student obeye ebia undergraduate course in food and nutrition and I say opese obeye graduate course ebia in civil engineering bibisa no of course so to me say so opese oba as a student there sa school now opese okono. First of all, no, omo sponsors and I said, omo obi a omo kra sa sponsorship license. Home office edema nkofo a omo education establishments. So omo be to me, actually say omo sponsor nkofo omo sponsors and also omo kra sponsorship license there. Then of course, once you apply to do the course, no, so omo certificate of acceptance of study. And in meeting the maintenance also, so one kasana obano, as also make sure say over to me 8 year almost school fees. Into school fees, no let's say 12,000 a year. And so cross out 12,000 pounds no in your account. And then as all shown into over did over rented dine, over yama, into as much as possible, no, as also make sure over to me maintain no. There's a requirement for conformity landing and conformity outside landing. It's a university now we work on outside landing now. And yeah, I think say roughly the maintenance is just over £1,020 a month. So over university no landing now. I think say it's just roughly over £1,200 a month. It's so to interest amount no over a 9-month period. In addition to the school fees, which is 12,000, no, that's 1,200 a month, no, so I'll be boom for 9 months. You're looking at almost close to 20,000 in your account for making that application. And your options of Obia Opeso Beye Juma into the skilled worker route, and I said the health and care route, and I said the innovator route into Sandy Park Chrono. Or entrepreneur or business ideas into a person business. You need a company to endorse you. Say, innovator roots there. Yeah, so we apply to companies are known as endorsing companies by the Home Office. To me, I endorse a business plan, no. And I say as a skilled worker, and I say health and care. Visa person there, and there is a jumano. And see, you're looking to be offered a job. To me, I'm a certificate of sponsorship. And no sano na juma. Our Home Office list also as occupations, and I say eligible occupations are over to me. Abaye juma UK Chrome ha. It's looking for the job no dear. No na a jumano. As a Ejumano say the Mao dear and some amounts are certificate of sponsorship. So to meet English language requirements. There's also make sure say English na ABA why home Ejumano into some of them will have undergraduate degree, but so many undergraduate degree are almost say almost ISO are over to me at a level B1 or B2. So to make sure we skilled level. It's a Jumana officer over here, chef. So to make sure we skilled level as a chef, no, at least a level 3. And of course, so to me, mom who said, Jumana over here, no, at least a kids we are now no, so it will be between roughly 23,460 to I think 25,600. In the higher range, which is 25,600, then you gain more points. And see, you have certain tradable points and you have certain points that are mandatory to say English and now with certificates of sponsorship and also skilled level now one. And see, so open more advice in terms of those available routes there and which me afraid and later now it's me a one.
Lawyer me pacho and some be over young director of number office.
Yeah.
I take your time in yes, I say Habiano. I'm on tears by the end of the day, they got to come to the office.
Yeah.
And because you're fasting into me, you know. Me pacho me watching I'm and cherry time number.
Hello.
Mammy me pacho me watching I'm no.
But maybe I don't be able to get off of wow, no, much I find there is so many.
Okay, it's not maybe can't and no asem in terms of your topic, no, because I think for Bebre a bisa sa asem way. It's not me no topic for and there. And it's in regards to Mrs. and I say Mill or Fasibi, Ghana, and I'm a person didn't buy, then I met me Ayafa home. So we cry EU citizenship. And so we are EU now, what's now UK career way so. Now, when we say we busy be Abia Onyambwa, and so person of us an impana. As of 31st of December 2020, UK phone I can say the person we application Emma was extended family member there and they sell to me application before 11 p.m. of 31st December 2020. Okay.
Yeah. But
oh, okay. It's a one casawa and our person coffin the bad then of course so to make sure say a one casawa no under 21 and I say above 21.
Under 21 or 30.
Okay. And so woman already under 21 there, then there's no need to even show dependency. And one say, oh, can say, oh, you won't back. And of course, the birth certificates are over to me. Actually, say within 12 months, no, birth certificates, no, and now the mom, and I say, oh, sir, friend away in book. I think it's the way in book now. Time out the war also with me and also actually say we are Apolane Mame papa den so e was to be. And I said we be to say baptismal certificates. Time out the war Colano so within that time no over to me actually Woodin was so Apolane din was so able to me actually say relationship no with our Akonano. Only Akonano oh, okay. It's 1 year EU. Okay. Okay. So if you're not an EU citizen and I said 1 year EU then of course your immigration rules no and overshare in terms of your paragraph 297 no so obia ukra indefinitely there and the your application now to grandsa no and answer nkolano indefinite leave. So we will be a ukra 2.5 nibi and answer limited leave to remain. And there at least nkolano so almost same leave now also will be no. It's a no sano say ukno ye British and a we be a ukra 2.5 no. Almost share 2.5 no. It's a no sano now almost share say what will cry 2.5 no. Who was also responsibility for Akolana na Akolano ne papa wa him. Who was so responsibility there as who kwana Osha Akolano. The Akolani papa if then of course who chess Akolani papa if but one Osha Akolano into what are some of the things that you can show say Abia one Osha Akolano ko school Akolano school no munimo. O check on Akolano so o share saying and the progress SAT or school. School no way to me actual letter to confirm say ABR from time to time move prevenum and also would share in Akolano school fees receipts, let us know from the school. It could be say Akolano so ever hospital into say the na omunim say ne mame ena manene sika for endona obeto. There can be a letter from the clinic and access our hospital and I say you can show receipts from a honor to show say more. And then also of course if you are saying say maybe with sister and I say oh mommy and I say oh papa be and to say I'm colano and one chain. Bet me I have to say of course colano almost say on chain. Saying to me assure him because we are for no one hour was our responsibility no say share nkolano into decisions be a make ama nkolano and also na so and you crampo na make decisions no in akolano abrabo and as nkolano abrabo into no sano they are swearing an affidavit to say one will make it important decisions no in a colonial life so that at least to me school, to me into things like money remittance, communication, mame a colonial what to say, Dora ne way what to say, didi communications so what they can over to me at their account. But more importantly, someone who said when I was also responsibility for Nkolana or person or the mobile. And so it's good so we cancel there under the age of 18 and say no sano. So what your application na mama the same leave now also would be no.
Bibi actually wa number ebe tudwa ofra ye no be kasa na ya kyerɛkyerɛ kwan no nyina so bi nyame nhyira bye bye yo lawyer wohwɛ yemre na 44 minutes past 10 ye time no de aso atwam kura ama ye de sukalafia e de atoso enti wohwɛ a ɛkyerɛ sɛ yakɔ yanim pa Rainbow Radio International ene mame Lawyer Eunice ene de ensem no nyina breye unfortunately yentimi ntwetwa ensem no ngu ama ya mfa new edition no ambrɛw but ɛyɛ den a mema na boso ba kumienu nyensa onfa address ne yachi entutudwa telephone number onfa nyina tutudwa maye na owie a na yamane de ensem a etwato we ensem no nyina obɛbɔ no tofa ende we nim no de kowura 11 sipa me charge you 1 hour aka lawyer odaroma
Actually, it's your office. No, you were 7 sisters. You were 4th floor of Anna House. It's the 4th floor of Anna House. 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road. No, so I can see you buying traffic lights. No, into 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road. Your postcode N15 into N15 4NP into N15 4NP. Your main office telephone number 0208 0208 493. It's 493 7340. Into 7340. Into your offices now you be from Monday to Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Say ufre after office hours nso so a my number na 075 35 81 3910. Into 075 35 81 3910. Into Prophet media to job. I hope say my time to be brave.
Share down for me. I feel for wasema etwa to ebe na afi yemu nkunwa 46 minutes past 10.
You. In terms of your main topic, no, na me can't say in terms of EUSS family permits, any EEA family permits. Sometimes on call for any who difference, no, and I think so. Obviously, I should explain in English the difference between EUSS and EEA family permits. Okay, so let's put it this way. So you see EEA, we are talking about within the European Economic Area, and I said somebody within the EU. So EEA is in reference to EU Nimpano. And when we talk about EU settlement scheme, that in itself is in reference to Obia Waba under the European settlement scheme. Into say EEA, so we cry EEA family permit, and I say Obikra residence card, and I say permanent residence. Let's break it down. If somebody holds an EEA family permit or has an EEA residence card or has an EEA permanent residence card, that person is part of what the UK was formerly part of, which is the European Economic Area. And based on that, that person will have that required family permit, or they would have a residence card, or they will have a permanent residence card, which shows that they had the free movement to move from one European member state to the other. And in doing so, they were exercising their right to move freely from one member state to the other. So they didn't need the biometric card, or they didn't need that family permit. But as of UK law, they applied for it and they were granted to show that, of course, either that they were an European national or that they were a family member of an European national who had come to live within the UK, and therefore they were granted that EEA family permit, or they were granted that EEA biometric card or the EEA permanent residence card as of let's say 31st December 2020. So in regards to our Directive 2004-38, we all know that EU nationals and their family members could move freely within any member state. And so once the EEA regulation 2016 or the EEA regulation 2006 was implemented into our UK law, those people had the right to remain here as long as they could show, for instance, that they were a family member of an EA national, and that the EA national was here after a period of 3 months working or self-employed, or somebody who was self-sufficient, who had comprehensive sickness insurance, or had some student course that they were doing, but also had comprehensive sickness insurance. So if somebody has EA family permit, or somebody has EEA biometric residence card or EEA permanent residence, those people are still under the old rules. And what we have now is the EU settlement scheme. So under the EU settlement scheme, we have Appendix EU, which is now within our immigration rules. And based on the withdrawal agreement that the UK had with the EU, they are supposed to protect the rights of EU nationals and their family members who are residing or living here in the UK. And so that means that if you have a biometric card which says EEA family permit, or the EEA family permit is in the passport. So if you have a biometric card that says EEA residence card, or if you have a biometric card that says EEA permanent residence, then it means you should be able to now come under our EU settlement scheme or come under Appendix EU of our immigration rules. And so if you now have confirmation that you have pre-settled status or you have settled status, which is indefinite leave to remain in the UK, you now have EUSS. So it means you have been given EU settled status to remain in the UK, which is what the UK government have brought into force as of 2019, when they also came into agreement with the EU regarding how to protect EU nationals who are still living within the UK. So in effect, EEA cards are under the old rules and EUSS cards are under the new rules. And see, the American say ukra EEA family permit and no omo de mao under the old rules na say, and as ukra biometric card or trust to EEA family permit, EEA biometric residence card, and I say EEA permanent residence card there, and it was granted under your old rules. But Ukrasa EUSS settled status, and I say limited leave to remain, and I say indefinite leave to remain, EUSS biometric now. Then it was given to you under your Appendix EU of your immigration rules. And no your new rules now, UK for no essay ever EU for any of my family members home buying. And in regards to applying for EUSS family permit, it will be addressed say 30th June panhwa and mean to me and family buseni bia and back room habium. And say 30th June no crampo panhwa say Osha ye Appendix EU family permitter. Almost say you can still, so if for instance we EU nino and I say we yere EU family member Motu Chrome ha na why settlement scheme application nibi after the 30th of June 2021. Wabe obia oye relevant sponsor. Into oye relevant sponsor no. Stress as much as possible no. Why EU settlement scheme nibi into my bro pre-settled status and answer my bro settled status, which is indefinite leave to remain, and answer my bro limited leave to remain nibi. So with me actually say almost settlement scheme nibi abroad yeah, and yeah to me at the webusin so about count home ever chrome ha. And what the rules are saying in terms of a joining family member, ASL or your obia what fund the same ABI we yere no ushiano before 31st of December 2020, which is the specified date. And I said more before 31st of December 2020. Over to me actually say now more worry, and of course now more that's so ever relationship more. And I say obia more kase muna matna together for over 2 years. Ebia we'll sign about UK Chrome ha person obejano ho. nti wo pese ono so ebe kan ho e wo UK nti eno no sa no wo kire se na matna together for over 2 years answer na wo san aba Chrome Habio nti eno no you are showing say matna together e bia mo ba together and as a mo ba together before the 31st of December 2020. And so person yes application ebema sa nimpa no I join no and I say abeka ho e wo UK krom ha. And I say o ba and I say o mame and I say o papa and I say o nananom o pese o mo beka ho e wo krom ha. Sa nkrofo we joining family members. Omo no dear, ubetumi aye application for Omo to come and join you after 30th June 2021. Nimpa na ontumi any application emma no eye obi a oye extended family member. Nti se unim se ebia wo wafasibi e wo baby a what no but unfortunately no because of the fact that UK aka say by the 31st of December no na say nkrofo etumi ayesa applications make 31st December na etwe no na nkrofo etumi ayesa applications for extended family members nti so try crampo say oh yeah application no under our EUSS permit. Unfortunately no they will just refuse because unfortunately no that time no atrim until they would refuse the application for sa wo for sena or person or deneba and now wunia and now say wo for fear or fear or person or deneba into nipa kwana or you joining family member wo yere wo ba wo yere ba and I say wo mame wo papa and I say wo yere mame and I say wo yere papa and I say wo nana wo yere nana and I say waka say wo nana nkanswa. It's almost so sad no almost yet joining family members and then a child also includes obia more adopting no into say wo ka say sa nimpa we no more adopting no na wo betumi akire say na ma adopt sa akwala we before 31st December 2020 dia of course wo betumi edit sa nimpa no so abeka ho e wo krom ha. Those people are all joining family members. Into say san crofo way omo abeka wonsa and I said why application did that and omo abeka wonsa into omo family permits omo di ama omo into omo be real before April of this year yeah and they so make sure say my EU settlement scheme applications no ama omo by the 30th which is next week Wednesday. Say omo beka wonsa after the 1st of April, and I said almost accounts by the 1st of April, they have 3 months. And say no, at least let's say by the 1st of July, no, you should have been able to make an application for them, no, under the EU settlement scheme. So almost beremo, let's say, and then it means that they have 3 months from there to make the application under the EU settlement scheme. Into almost and share and also send your own time no entry. So after na obey application for sa family member to join you there, and they so to me say signing panel your family member ampa. Into all case your year dia so to me say na or your year before 31st December 2020 or marriage certificates the first thing on. Another thing they can look at is other supporting documents. Into so over to me actually say now or some sort of communication. It's a WhatsApp communication, messenger, some Viber, social media websites. No one also. It's over to me actually say at least more relationship. No, not that's so it's there are so many other evidences are over to me at the actually say more relationship. No, into Mudaso, and you want to bring Sani Pano to come and join you in the UK. Of course, over to me, Eddie, Sanyama way to say WhatsApp, Viber, and all the other social media sites are more casa was no Eddie account application no. And then if you are saying say yeah, kola and now person then as of obviously 31st December no say you name say akola no de oba nti after na wa won dia and of course so making sure say over to me I provide evidence say hey me wo me ba no e bia e wo chrome hands after na maybe application no amano but say akola mo no before 31st December 2020 there and there's so to make sure say oba and of course one mame edin kita ho nti opese wode ne mame ene akola no ebe counter e wo chrome ha but say akola no edi more than 21 there and there's so to make sure say akola no dependent also and so you are providing financial support and emotional support and every social support are over to me e dia boa sa akola no so o mame anase o papa dia so to make sure say almost dependent on also because as of 1st July 2021 no Sanipa no will become a dependent relative into no sano so to make sure say una oshomo in terms of ebia eduane ombedi ntare ombe share ebia baby omoto crampo no una wotua rent una wotua eho kanina into so to make sure and also sa which relationship now best certificates will be the best one if it was within 12 months and to say to say in your mom also whether it's weighing book and I say it is baptismal certificate and I say it is something I over to me actually said within that 12 months no year wa for there and there it's also make sure but to say na ya say dear dear ebe to me I share plain say a woman and I say papa and I say a uba and kasana officer or deneba and see sanyama way ni no help in terms of the application name say prophet chairman say time now so it's time na it's just to round it up in terms of
I'm afraid I'll be running up. I can't okay you run up.
Just to round it up, in terms of EU family permit applications, no, there is still time to make them after the 30th of June 2021, and they include Nkrofo almost a year before the 31st of December 2020 and I said well before the 31st of December 2020 it includes Wumba, it includes Umame, Papa, it includes Unananom. So at least you have direct family members are still now acquire over to me applications are at least over to me account UK ha. Of course, so if you're making this application, there are processes that also will follow, and that includes making the right and answer valid application for OMO, including the biometrics and paying the rights fee, and then making sure that they provide OMO identity, any EU national no identity no as well. And see, of course, say application ama we be sending abejoin no work room had ya a kwan wo say over to me application no na omo abeka unsa e wo chrome ha meda etiefo ase meda your viewers so ase ma ejumedie no aye kama meda prophets also so ase for na botre any time or day ama me ende yame ensure ne bebre
You be bro.
Mate.
11 o'clock on Saturday 5 minutes. I bet so.
Hey, Prophet, what the best? What the best?
I said, yeah, me every head office in Abba. Every head office. You Adapai Oyamishra Obibia, a Rainbow Radio International. ena eya yede legal education away ebreo ene yene BWF solicitors ena etintim ahoma no so na yetwitwa bibi agu edebreo me pese otiase yese yam pese ho beka adwa mu nti abre na abre nyina no Rainbow Radio yede ne yese ne yefata ene yedebreo anopai aha ene yedi ubisi na BWF solicitors seven country a 4th floor of Anna House 214 to 218 High Road N15 4NP kaketu bi nkrofo yo mo postcode na ya na confuse me pa kaketu bi no me ya ka MPP 4th floor Anna House 214 to 218 High Road Tottenham N15 4NP ene ha ena medem ebesie wanti me nka bi ma Prophet Stanley Osebri Osei Makrao tie national nso me say ena anwumre yede mpaibo kese ehiem ewo 709 Weekend Road SE15 1GZ Prayer Temple International Ministry 2nd floor 21 days fasting and prayer no yegu so pa yegu so pa enti hye nso na wo so yeden bedwane ye na yetimi aye niema amana ye kama yede akomtire ne mpaibo no beba wiye nyame ye adom a Sunday the 27th fitie ne kosi Sunday no anwumre bia ye be ye ngosra sonson nko enkonu ya bebubu ye freno anointing of Jehu the anointing of Jehu energy shenanso na bedwane ye winning by supernatural power from ene ekosi Sunday no anwumre bia ye be ye engosra sononko dwane ye me number 078 521 93538 Prophet me number no 078 521 93538 onyame ediche ya anwumre beka ye ho na ye no yembom nsom yeda yenua kwaku watena fidie na chi ya pian mama ne ma kama mama Eunice onyame nhyirawo ene program no akoyi pa onyame nhyirawo nyame ya adoma ebenanda obesate menka ena da sendenso obetemenka ewo Rainbow Radio akasa fidie so onyame nya okese makra bye bye.
Ye fema ye wo London. Ya ji abasobodie bebre. Ne ya redare ewo mranse mu. Eye legal services, be to say family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary, any family law. Wo BWFDA, yen solicitors edi enijie ene twitwaje wo na ye bo nso nya den kra. Yen partner penin pa Bernardo Wusu aye lawyer ewo UK memu bebru mfie duonu nkron 29 years. BWF solicitors kura won ho. Inti se ba na busuansem bi ti se child care eya abofrahwe mu awaregya ye ho twuma mentwe ene ohye ana injunction ye de to domestic violence so a ye ma legal assistance ya edimu na ye adwuma nso. Yen child care any family team no nimnia wo famu ewe ne ya wo brei mu enu nti ne yetu ye mbo asema wafutu a esefata ewo kokoa mu. Ye bie an office free juada ekosi fiada anopa no nkrompa mu ekosi enumre no nsia eye 9:30 am kosi 6 pm ena memene danso eye appointment nkoa free anopa no ndu ekosi ewia no 9 eye 10 am kosi 4 pm. Ye wo 4th floor ewo Anna House 214-218 Tottenham High Road London N15 4NP.